Bonjour, and welcome back to the French campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. We are still fighting the Americans. They don't seem too keen on the actual fighting part, but we are at war. We do get some battles, though, here and there, like this minor skirmish with some of their cruisers just outside of Norfolk naval base. Now, I wouldn't try and subscribe any kind of sentience to the AI here, but it would almost seem like they almost as if they know that I'm the one who's gonna run out of money first, because their economy is growing quite steadily at 8% annually, even in wartime. And I don't think they're deficit spending, because they got a much bigger GDP than I do, and a smaller navy. While if this war keeps going, will probably start, feeling some kind of economical problems eventually. Especially if I have to keep my navy at sea, because that's expensive. So it would actually not be a bad idea for them to do what they are doing right now. Just avoid actual heavy fighting while bleeding me dry for money, and also rebuilding a more proper navy with real battleships again. We'd have to actually get those into cohesive task forces, though, and not just throw them at me one by one. Although they could actually afford to keep doing that, because it's they got that kind of money. There we are. Light cruisers have been spotted. They had 3 of those and 1 destroyer, if I'm not mistaken. Justice and Danton. These two can target the 3rd one. I'll send out Milan to look for the destroyer. Danton, you are to target the 2nd one, Justice the 1st one. Okay. So Danton switched targets just after hitting Birmingham with 1 main gun round, and then immediately hit Atlanta with another main gun round. So, not exactly what I wanted you to do, Danton, but I guess it works. I can put one into Dayton as well, while you're at it. And the cruisers can just clean up whatever is left behind. There we go. Good job, Danton. Flash fires on Birmingham. Right after Atlanta suffered the same. Where's that DD? There it is. Almost doing something clever here. But the time for it to engage my battleships directly was a couple minutes ago. How many torps do you have, Ericsson? I got 4. 18-inch. 2 double tubes. Dayton goes down. Atlanta goes down. Birmingham is 2 flooded compartments away from sinking. And we're hitting Ericsson as well. Well, 7-inch guns, please use your AP shells. 1.5. Actually, yeah, no, please do. Ten-inch guns might consider HE though. And there we go. Last bit of flooding that I needed. And just as she goes down, I enter the torpedo range. Right, 6 transports lost. I did take Guantanamo. And their invasion of my little island seems to have failed. Battleships. Sailing around. Yeah, let's send you there, and also the battle cruisers. Not in one big formation, but there we go. That should maybe get us 2 battles. We'll see. 199. Can scale this down, and now we're actually no longer in the red. Have we finished the yes, the 2 Valrose class battleships are commissioning. Actually, the 2 next ones, the 2 first ones are already done. 1911. And just as we got a meeting, finally, there is that peace treaty. United States and Kingdom of Belgium. Right then. El Salvador. A bunch of these islands that I want. Peru. $1 billion left over. Let's see, Cleveland or Dayton, 40 million. Or 20 for a Cleveland. That's 6,000 tons. That's 7,500 tons. I think they're built on the same hull, I'm not sure. Could also take one of the Milfords. Or a battleship. One of the Utahs, maybe? Let's, since we're on a new version of DIP, I wonder if that thing where the shared assigned ships disappear, if that's still in effect. So let's try taking one light cruiser. Just to see if I get to keep it, and the design. And I think that's it that I want. So I need the money. No ships received. Well, there goes that experiment. Also didn't get all the land I wanted. So what did they not give me? El Salvador. That was on my list. Not received. I guess that's okay. That's too bad I didn't get that light cruiser, because now I really wanted to see if that bug had been fixed. I guess that'll have to wait. I should have asked for a couple more ships. It's not like they were expensive. Let's send things to port. Battlecruiser is back to Port Said. And I guess we're gonna be building some ships today then. Right, minus 200 million. I just keep this going until it's 200% and then drop it down to barely in the positives. Well, it's a few months later, and I've moved my my museum fleet to Barcelona. So there, well, except for this one, which is in Asia, but Pierre Henry, the original, Thionville. And let's see, where is Justice? You should also be there. Okay, I guess Justice is left in Le Havre, and the sister ship Flandre is the one that got sent to Barcelona to become a museum ship. Fine. You can be the museum ship, and the original Justice is heading for the scrap pile. Because it's time to reduce some of the much older ships here. Light cruisers are fine. They can stay in service for now. Torpedo boats too. They are essentially timeless. Paixance, last of the Thionvilles that is not yet a museum ship. Also gonna get scrapped, but she'll remain in the roster for now because otherwise I'm gonna forget the name. And she deserves to have a class named after it. There, limited. Now the task forces here in Marseille and Le Havre, they have 5 battleships each, 2 dreadnoughts, 2 quasi-dreadnoughts, and 1 pre-dreadnought of the Magenta class. Did we did design a refit for the Magentas, so let's just go through that right now. We can unsuspend those 2, right? Yeah, we can. Good margin. I should have done that a couple of months ago. The new ones that we're building now, the Rene Magritte that we have quite a few of, 6 of, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they deserve a refit. Because we got the Mark III 13-inch gun now, right? Let's give it semi-oil. And they have turbines, so they can keep those. Although I should probably like double check if turbines are actually the lightest choice here. Slightly better anti-torp, better citadel. And we still have weight to spare, thanks to the semi-oil saving a lot of weight. First up, though. The 13-inch gun models, they use the same model, which is good. 48 caliber lengths. Let's keep stereoscopic. Actually, what kind of towers do we have now? Advanced front tower 4, and that's still the best one that we have, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yes. Good. Powders. We have some advances here. Cordite 1, giving us 22-kilometer main gun range. And very healthy penetration as well. Or Cordite 2, which is a bit safer at the cost of a little bit of performance. 32% flash fire chance. Or tube powder, which does not perform as well, but is much safer. 8% flash fire chance. 20-kilometer main gun range. That's still pretty good, actually. Cap ballistic 1. At 10,000 meters now, 13.6 penetration versus 13. Is it worth the loss of damage? Get more range out of them, though, also. So there's that. Let's not go with reduced ammo. With heavy shells, it's 17% flash fire chance. That is a bit risky, in my opinion. So let's just go with this. And now we have almost 20 inches of effective belt armor, so we're a little bit safer in that regard. And now we're a little bit safer from deck pens as well. Oh yeah, I forgot. This like little 3-inch gun mount here, it doesn't mirror correctly. I missed it last time when I built it. So that's why we've had a slight port weight offset. In fact, we still do. By 0.1%. That may be down to, you know, these echelon turrets here not being quite where they should be. Like one being slightly more off to the side than the other, but that's a whole bunch of work to fiddle with to make that right. So I'm just gonna ignore it. But can we make you go 20 knots? Rene, we can. Good. Do these turrets still work? Yes. Also good. Let's save you. Now, the old Patri-class pre-dreadnoughts. Let's, first of all, upgrade them. Yeah, as I thought, these 6-inch turrets like no longer work here correctly. Because they've been, they've grown and gotten too big. Could do like one here. But if we're gonna do that, might as well just go 7.4, same as the magentas. Or go with single barrel 6-inch guns. Yeah. We're reducing the number of secondary guns, but we're making them better. Actually, if we're gonna do that, might as well go 7.4, like on the magenta, but to keep the number of turrets the same. No, these won't work. Actually, I could have mounted a double on the central mount there. So nix that plan. There, that keeps the number of turrets the same, which should keep the refit time down. Get some casemate armor on those 3-inch casemates. Make these the same 1348s as on the Rene Magritte. Now let's get with the tube powder. 7-kilometer torps. Good. We'll keep the expansion engines. And add the turtle back. You got front tower 6. That's still the best one. So there, 20 inches of effective armor. That is pretty stout. Yeah. Nice. We can add more. We got a lot of displacement to spare. Actually. Quite a bit. It's too bad I had to reduce the secondary armament. That was like my favorite part of this design. Now, you don't think these will no? No. For a second there, I wondered if the single 6-inch guns would fit on those upper platforms, in which case I would have done so, because that would be pretty funny. Add some more range, sure. We're on a 4-month refit time, but we're gonna get some pretty decent ships out of this. Now, do these still work now, after being lengthened? They can't turn quite where it says they can turn, but it's close enough. So I say ship it. Now it's probably time to design a new cruiser. A new armored cruiser. 14,000 is the maximum. Oh, almost. Just cut a little bit off of that. There. Close enough. Now, I chose this hull over that one because this one actually has a the best tower is slightly better in terms of accuracy than the best tower on Armored Cruiser 4. And although Armored Cruiser 4 has slightly better stats with regards to resistance and stability and stuff, because this one can be maxed out and those stats scale with the displacement slider, this one actually ends up being slightly better than that one, because we can't max this out because the limit is 14,000. So that's why I chose this one. That's pretty good tower spotting on that rear tower, actually. 3 base, 4 long range. Where can we put you? Where the game lets me put you. You can only be put here. Because of the structural lifeboats, as they're called. Now, you need to go 20 knots, because that's what my battleship ships are doing. This one actually has slightly better optimal, max optimal speed. We got triple turrets now. I was almost considering 11-inch guns, but those are still only Mark II. We can do triple 10s. We're gonna have to struggle with this type of armored cruiser hull for some time yet. It's gonna be a while until we get anything that actually looks more modern. 7.5 or... How much of a funnel farm are we gonna make this? Because, like, they look like 3 funnels, but it's still just one funnel component. Now, 8,444 with multiple expansion. 1,100 with the turbines. Maintenance, almost 2.5. 1.4. I think we're sticking with the expansion engines here. I do want a different funnel layout though, because that just ended up looking goofy. Can we do 4 funnels? Just on like this space here? How about the slightly smaller one? Yes. I think that's fine. We can just figure out something to do with this empty space down there with the lifeboats. That's fair enough. This sparks enough joy for me. Let's see, and with the Citadel, what kind of resistance do we end up on? Minus 3.3. Minus 1.2. That's not a big difference. Might keep the single bottom on this. Just because the resistance is not that good to begin with. That's typically why I go for triple or double bottoms. Let's go stereoscopic again. Mostly for those gun splash reductions. 21.8 flash fire rate. 19. Or 5. Or 6.5. Let's like check the gun stats. Dunite gives you more penetration than TNT. At 10,000 meters, 8 inches. At 10,000, 8.6. 8. The cordite and TNT, same penetration at 10,000 meters as tube powder and dunite, but it's not quite as safe. Range is 14.9. With tube powder, it's gonna be a bit less, 13.4. But again, much safer. I think we can go with that. I like to lengthen them up though. 10%? Is that too much? Is that too greedy? At 10,000 now, 9 inches of armor penetration. And the deck pen is pretty bad no matter what. So, let's make that 2 so we're safe for our own HE. That should be enough. Times 4. We're looking at more than 12 inches of deck belt protection here, actually. That's pretty good. Might, if I have to, I might reduce that. But I think we can get away with this. The 5-inch guns are now these goofy double turrets that actually fit. What? They fit perfectly. They look weird. They don't look like they should fit, but they do. The 7-inch turrets, yeah, they fit here and there. Those don't. These do, but that looks weird. These also look weird. Let's put those there. Kind of keeping with the theme of the previous type of armored cruiser, is that they have this semi-secondary armament of 7.4-inch guns. 0.4. But this time, fewer of them than the previous class. But instead, we're gonna go... no, that won't work. Do you work now? Like, yeah, kind of. Yeah, the arcs are not too bad, really. So we can do this. I thought we could. We can. Yes, we can. Are you in the way there? Yeah, you are. So we cannot do that. Sadly, those will have to go. These ones work. Yeah, that works fine. Right. It's not always like things work the way you want them to work. And then the 3-inch guns up here for additional DACA. Do you work down there? Or is that going to cause problems? No, that's fine. That's fine. We are closing in on the limit here, so gonna slightly reduce that and still be quite happy with that amount of belt protection on an armored cruiser. And I said I wanted something in between here. Now what that turns out to be... apparently not that barbette, at least. Can do these round ones instead. Seven-inch turrets? Why are you, like, not centered? That's fine. You can be on that weird angle. It's a bit weird, but okay. You can be there. That is fine. And we're just under the limit, so it was as if it was meant to be. Me mounting those 7-inch turrets there. Anywhere I can stuff these 2-inch guns just to round out the secondary armament there and there. Mustn't forget the torpedoes. Although they make us slightly overweight. The Rochambeau. There. Perfection. Now, we don't have advanced triple turrets yet, so these are going to be a little bit less accurate than the ones on the preceding class. The Victor Hugo, which have double guns. They also, yeah, 10-inch. Not 10 point something. But we got one extra barrel per turret. That's 50% more main gun firepower. So, happy with that. Also, these 7-inch guns are better, being Mark IIIs. So that was perhaps last of the Tumblehome armored cruisers to be designed. No design competition this time, though, because it's just complementing what I already have. Now, I was going to do a refit for the new Valrus class battleships, but I realized that those things have 8-inch secondaries, so it makes sense to get those first. And also, of course, the Patri refit that we just did, that was for the wrong version of the Patri, so it cannot be applied. It was not for the 1903 version. That's what I get for not cleaning up and deleting like obsolete designs. So that and the new battleship hull that we have, the where is it? Dreadnought 3. That'll have to come later. I won't make you sit through another Patri refit. I'm just going to do the same thing over again. But the new Dreadnought, we're going to build that one together, I think. That might be a job for the Design Bureau, actually. Goodbye, and take care.